All right, everyone, welcome back. So, we have our first team to clinch a playoff spot, and it's the New York Rangers. Last year, I believe it was the Boston Bruins, very obviously. The year before that, it was the Florida Panthers. However, this year, it's the New York Rangers. New York, again, another team here that really shouldn't come as a surprise to them clinching. It really shouldn't. The Rangers were expected to be good this season, and they did not disappoint. As of right now, they are currently 48, 20, and 4 for 100 points. They are first in the NHL. They have 206 goals scored, 199 goals against, a 26-9-0 record at home, and 22-11-4 record on the road. So, to have only lost at home 9 times is very significant to show the way the Rangers play at home. And for sure, they are one of the better home teams in the NHL, but you need to be good at home and you need to be good on the road. And the Rangers have been good in both spots. So it's good to see there. They've never lost an extra time on the road, or at home. So that's pretty interesting to see there. But yeah, the Rangers, again, should not surprise anyone that they are where they are right now. They were a team that heading into the season, a lot of them had them around second or first in the Metropolitan. I saw a lot of people, I believe I had them second, I think I had them second and Carolina was number one, but I do believe I had the Rangers second in the division. But the Rangers really shocked us in the first 2 months of the season where they played really well, played some amazing hockey, and then things kind of went for a nosedive a little bit. They had a month where it wasn't all too great. Then they answered back with that month and had a 10-game winning streak, and then they obviously have been good since then. So that was just a month in an 82-game season where you're going to have a rough month. It might as well just be in the middle of the season and not at the end of the season, because it's better to have a rough stretch in the middle rather than the end, for sure. I've seen a lot of teams over the last couple of years and me covering stuff like this where teams will do really well, then they'll have a bad month before the playoffs, and that ends up affecting them in the playoffs. Winnipeg is a prime example of that, and we might make another video on Winnipeg when they clinch and talk about how I'm a bit concerned about that. But yeah, the Rangers, they've been great. Ever since that month, they've struggled a little bit. It was January, I believe. They have been awesome in the month of March, and since then, I do believe that heading into this last couple of games here in the season, it's going to take a little bit before we find out who exactly they're going to play. But if I'm the Rangers, I don't want to play Tampa. I don't want to be that second wild card or that first play that first wild card. I would personally want to finish and win the conference, maybe not the NHL, but win the conference, and go out and play either Washington or Detroit in the first round. That seems to me like a more viable option than playing a powerhouse in Tampa, because Tampa, even though they're in a wild card spot, they are a team that they could easily beat you in the first round. This team's full of experience. They have guys who have won Stanley Cups. They have guys who have gone on plenty of playoff runs, plenty of experience there, plenty of firepower, a goalie who can shut down in the playoffs. So yeah, if I'm the Rangers, I want to win the conference, and I want to play Washington or Detroit. So your leading scorers here got Artemi Panarin leading the way for the Rangers. 72 games played, 43 goals, 59 assists for 102 points. Again, Panarin's always performed well in the regular season. We'll just see how playoffs are when that time comes, because we've seen in numerous years where Panarin will do really well in the regular season and then just not show up in the playoffs. And we cannot have that this year for the Rangers. You can't have that. You need to have Panarin playing at a great level, and a lot of these guys playing at a good level as well, before you can say that, yeah, definitely we're satisfied. But yeah, Panarin, we need to see more out of him in the playoffs. But this regular season has been awesome for him. Him and Shesterkin, I believe, are the two MVPs for this Rangers roster. But yeah, both have been great. Vincent Trocheck is second in scoring with 72 games played, 25 goals, 47 assists for 72 points. Trocheck, another name there that has been impressive. He was one of the players that in which, like, when he was signed, he was looked at to be that next center to replace Ryan Strome. He's done that and more. So Trocheck's been an impressive player this year, a point per game. Was a player that I didn't even really think was going to be a point per game, but has looked great since coming to the Rangers. Chris Kreider is third in scoring, 72 games played, 33 goals, 32 assists for 65 points. Kreider's been impressive this year with the Rangers, obviously still scoring at the rate that he usually does. Honestly, shouldn't surprise anyone. Another 30-goal season here from Kreider. Fourth in scoring is Mika Zibanejad. Zibanejad with 71 games played, 24 goals, 39 assists for 63 points. Zibanejad, another name there that has been impressive for the Rangers. Again, I mean, there have been stretches where Zibanejad has not looked great. There was a long stretch of time where Zibanejad just could not score to save his life. He could not score a 5-on-5 goal. And that was rough for him for a while. But he's definitely gained a little bit back since then. But there is those concerns that Zibanejad may not be able to come up clutch during the playoffs like he has in previous years. This year just seems like a strange year from him. And then Adam Fox is at number 5. Fox, we don't usually see Fox this low in the Rangers scoring, but there's been players in the Rangers who have just been better, like Zibanejad, like Trocheck, that Fox has kind of fallen down the chart there a little bit in scoring, but that does not mean he shouldn't be a leading contender for the Vezina Trophy. It doesn't mean anything. It does not mean he should. Fox, 62 games played, 15 goals, 48 assists for 63 points. This season, he's definitely in the top 5 for the Norris conversations. He's not a goalie, sorry. But yeah, Fox, definitely one of the players that should definitely be in the conversation for sure. There's been other players who have looked good. I would say that you kind of need some more bottom 6 scoring though if you're gonna go far in the playoffs. I think Lafreniere's done a good job this year. He's looked better in this season. His development's kind of come a little bit late, but he definitely looks better. But definitely there's other players that I look at on that bottom 6 who just need to be better. It's being dead honest. But there are guys in that Rangers roster who have looked good. Not undermining those guys at all. There have been some great players to play for New York this season. Obviously the injuries of Blake Wheeler and such does not help, so definitely keep those in mind. When you look at your goalies, you got Igor Shesterkin. Shesterkin has been doing a great job at doing what he does best, carrying the Rangers. A 31-15-2 record, a 2.65 goals against average, and a .911 save percentage. Again, the Rangers playing at a good pace, which Shesterkin has definitely helped out at that a lot. There was a month where Shesterkin didn't look like but then he looked really good last month and has looked good this month too. So the Rangers should be very satisfied with the way Shesterkin's played. Jonathan Quick too. Quick definitely needs to be brought up in conversations, not for like Vezina or anything like that, but it's very possible that at the end of this season, this team wins the William M. Jennings, which is the trophy that goes towards the best goaltending tandem in the NHL regular season. It's very possible that Shesterkin and Quick win that award. Quick, 16-5-2, a 2.44 and a .916. Before he started playing a lot of games and before that month where the Rangers really struggled, Quick had really good numbers. Like, he had awesome statistics. He had like below a 2 goals against average, which for, even though he is a backup goalie, in the amount of games he's played, he looked hella impressive in the teams that he shut down too. So Quick kind of showed us that he's not done yet. He's not quitting yet. And I thought that he was going to be one of those players that did, but obviously he did not. So yeah, to wrap things up, the Rangers definitely did clinch. They've clinched for the 3rd straight season. They're the first team to clinch. Whether you think that's a good thing or a bad thing, you can let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. When you look at the teams who have clinched in the last few years, like as I said, Florida clinched in 2022. They lost in the second round. The Bruins clinched in 2023. They lost in the first round. Both those teams did win the President's Trophy. And the race for the President's Trophy is, I feel like, a lot closer than it was last year with Boston and then even the year before with Florida too. So it's very possible the Rangers get the first playoff clinch but don't win the President's Trophy. I don't think we're going to know who wins that until probably the last couple of games in the season. And I know we're getting down the stretch, but I still don't think we're going to know that for a little bit. But regardless, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. The Rangers are the first team to clinch. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe down below. I really appreciate it. But regardless, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Adios.